Why? The messed up thing is I spent 30 minutes! 30 minutes looking for the charger! He's awful. Okay. So the only character we've really used a lot of is Medic. So we are going to use all the other characters in order and break them down and see how they stack up against each other, because some of them are definitely not as strong as the other ones. But from what I can tell, they're all kind of fun. There's one I don't like, but we'll get to that later. We're going to see their individual survivability from like lower levels, and then we'll come back once they're a bit higher to higher levels. We're going to do this with no matchmaking, so it's just the characters themselves' pure ability to stay alive. And we're going to start off with Mr. Foster. He's only a level 3. Why does it teleport me back here? Dang it.
Gear up and get in. It's time, specialists.
So yeah, we're going to be using all the characters, testing them out, testing out their weapons.
See you on the other side, team.
Our power system analysis shows that the laboratory's analyzer is offline, due to the recent hurricane, no doubt.
Oh, what the?
Do your thing, girlie. Twit. Fuck face!
That ability alone is really strong. Damn, it didn't work. Oh, sound alert's down. Sound
Pissed
alerts
it,
might
didn't we?
just be down. It's one of those days.
That's a pretty gory picture.
So definitely his starter one is very strong. It's like if you wanted to use this one for the rest of the game, you absolutely could. It is just that strong. The secondary that he has, the second primary he has, seems to do less damage but a lot more fire rate. I'm gonna choose the one with the suppressor.
Yeah, that's right.
I swear to God, is Steam trying to download something? Oop. Second. Gonna close Discord because I'm not using it. Okay.
That's all, team. Pod's closed.
I like how when you do the different reload animations, you can see the gun, the different animations that they have for it, and even the ammo type that you're using in the weapon.
Wank frag!
The guns will sound different with the different attachments that you put on it, like the suppressor. Sound alerts is not working right now, baby.
I'm really earning my money now.
This one is definitely really strong too.
Prat. Oh, shut your rattle.
A lot faster fire rate, a little bit less damage, but like I said, the fire rate makes up for it. Although you're gonna want, like, I think a grip on this one.
Let's get to work.
Wave complete.
Really good tactic to just save ammo is just throw out that drone. It really goes to work. The Bloodhound pistol by default is really good. There's no secondaries right now, like no trading. But by the way, it still says trade just like the top one does. I can imagine they're going to have other options that aren't in the beta yet. So definitely, Stormguard is very strong. The Scar, let's see, less fire rate, less magazine, just more damage. Less than the starting one too. Compensator. Let's choose this one. Get some more armor once again. Skip the trader. And already this one looks good. I like the way this one looks. Keep in mind the graphics are butchered because for one it's beta, for two I have to lower the quality because it's beta and it's not optimized completely yet.
Dickhead.
Like, I have to say the characters do look a little doughy.
These things are 10 a penny, aren't they?
But this thing is really strong.
This place is fucked. Well, that wasn't very ladylike, was it?
Damn. This one's really strong compared to the other primaries.
Enough fluffing your trap. love that. Pip, pip.
Another thing I'm noticing with the beta though is when it transitions into that slow-mo, that Z time, there's a bit of a choppiness to it.
Not such a tough cookie now, are ya? Have at 'em, gorgeous.
It crashed! Exception, access violation. Interesting. Oh, like I said, I think they just need to optimize the game because from what I can tell, when some of the operators do certain abilities, the game crashes. Hey, baby. Sound alert is off. I seen your sniffer.
Aw.
No fun. It's not my fault.
Turned off sound alerts.
I didn't turn it off.
What?
The system is down.
Oh, the system's down.
Yeah, they're like, they just need to update it or something. It happens for like an hour, sometimes every couple days or so. But every time that there's been a crash for the game, you send the crash report. And they said they've already improved certain ones, but not all of them. Like, they've already fixed a lot of the issues. From what I've noticed, City Streets seems to crash a lot more than any other map. Army Depot, I don't think I've ever crashed at Army Depot.
Hop on, team. We're flying out.
I have crashed twice or 3 times at the city map, crashed once at Horzine Factory, and I have not crashed at all in the Army Depot.
What?
Bon voyage.
What do you think of the emails?
They're weird.
What? What? Weird.
They're inconsistent. Like, the designs are just very different from each other.
They're all from a template.
Look at
They are
them.
not inconsistent.
They're
They're all different characters. Like one was River and one. And
well, that's what I'm saying. They're different characters.
That's why I showed you multiple so that you could get an idea of like a span of different things.
Our power
Because
system
one of them
analysis
was
shows that the
from
laboratory's
Commission,
analyzer
and
is
they were using the
offline
Final Fantasy
due to the
series.
recent hurricane, no doubt.
See, well, this is why you would fail a portfolio, because you didn't tell me any of that, and you didn't explain it.
I just sent them to you. I didn't say anything.
Get! Prick. I'm really earning my money now. Don't feel right at all.
Someone's got a steady trigger finger. Good work.
Rightio, let's have it. Oh, that always makes my
See,
bollocks
the
tingle.
animations and stuff in this map just feel smoother. Like, I think the city map just has more in it or something. Or maybe it's just because it's bigger. But that map seems to have more frame rate issues than any other of the ones that I've played. And it's even better in the other map, the even smaller map, the Horzine's Factory one. What are you laughing at over there, huh? Huh? What's so funny? Your face. Go boy.
Let's slap him across the tits, eh?
Go boy. But how do you think it looks, baby? Like I said, keep in mind the graphics are a little bit doughy.
A little glitchy here and there, but
Up you get.
they're bad. Not bad.
No
Little
sweat.
funky, but
Lots of splody.
and it was also neon and glowing.
Like, look at that.
That seems like a Noise Abatement Act violation.
I think they need to make it harder, though.
This is just for the beta.
No, I know.
There's definitely difficulties.
Because this is normal difficulty. There's two other ones you could play. But
Arrivederci!
even normal difficulty, they just, like, they're walking very slow.
They're zombies.
Killing Floor is just supposed to be a little bit more fast-paced.
You're an eager one, ain't
Only
ya?
that one got up and just like, "Whee!"
Yeah.
I'll lay down.
What a bloody eyesore this place is. Well, she's got a fucking sparkle as ever. Let's make some mischief.
Go shopping, team. Shopping's fun, right?
Wow. So Foster definitely feels like your basic commando in any game. He's just pick him up. He's gonna be good at anything. He's not. He doesn't really have any like. He's just got a good overall balance, but he doesn't feel like broken strong. or
Grenade
anything
check
like that.
specialist.
Man, I've missed this.
Just trying to get
Monkey.
them to react differently to shooting different parts of the body.
Piss off!
I think you need. Love you. I think you just need a higher difficulty to
Rise and shine, babes. We've got to
really
get going.
test out the give system. Because in the lower difficulty, this is normal difficulty. They die before you could really give them, like, shoot off their arm or something like that. I mean, if you shoot them in the head, they're just gonna explode. Like their head. And you can tell they react to different types of damage. Like the left leg, he was standing in
Whoa,
his
whoa,
left
whoa,
leg,
whoa, whoa,
he got
careful!
burned.
These buttons are Ibex walls. Reloading.
You've cut their numbers in half. Keep going.
You can tell what parts of their body get exposed to the fire because they'll just be singed.
Hey, I'm deaf as a post. Be a good chap, piss off, will ya? Tally fucking ho! The ears, lady! What's the ears? Enough with the fucking caterwauling!
All right. Give yourself a break.
More fire damage.
You maybe want to grab some ammo.
Okay, so we tried out the other two. We're gonna try out Knight's Bridge. Compared to the Scar, less damage, more fire rate. Oh, this is the one that if you want a heavy magazine, if you want your traditional LMG type weapon, this is one you would be using. Powered box mag, more fire rate, recoil is better, faster reload speed, less accuracy handling, less amount of bullet. Frag launcher, so you can get the grenade launcher attachment on this one too. An LMG with a grenade launcher attachment. That sounds fun. And something I see people not doing is putting extra supply boxes and stuff down when you can. Because when that final wave comes into boss wave, you're going to be spending a lot of ammo. You're going to be spending a lot of ammo. You're going to need the syringes. They will stack. You can have a certain amount of syringes and ammo just out on the map, and that's what you're going to want to do, because you could run by and pick them up. This thing is awesome. This thing feels strong. 60 clip, and let's try out the grenade launcher.
Chopping out!
That's right.
A little underwhelming, the grenade launcher, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, it's just an attachment.
It's a pea super, mate. It's a pea super.
It feels like the grenade launcher itself just needs a little bit more oomph. Like maybe make a class dedicated to explosives. If there isn't already one. I haven't checked out his full abilities yet because we're still leveling him up.
Let's see what kind of trouble you can stir up. Dirty bastard! Turalura! Fucking day.
Way to show him who's boss.
Baba Booey. Are both of my babies falling asleep? No love.
Baby.
No love.
Yeah.
None.
Right here.
Zero.
Baby.
Non-existent.
You big baby.
A win.
I'd call that a bargain.
Because you also run out of time, so this is why you want to do it in the middle of your waves. And hope your randoms.
I'll have a
This is why you're
refill.
going to want a team, but hope your randoms don't run around just wasting syringes just because they
Syringes
see
here.
a bunch of
Who
barrels.
needs a jab?
You don't want to save it for the last wave. You will not have time if you're by yourself to throw all of the syringe bags and stuff you're going to need. You're just straight up not
That's a
gonna
bit
have
of
time.
all right.
Because you're going to also want to activate these things around the map.
You're in fast track now, lads.
That's all, folks.
Watch 'em scatter. Time to wreak havoc.
Activating the turrets and stuff. The zip lines will help you travel. The turrets will help you save on ammo and deal some damage just passively while you're running around. After a while of being active, I think it's based off of ammo. They're going to just go into a cooldown state, which I believe is about
Fucking love it.
2 minutes. It is around 2 minutes.
25% down. Let's keep it going.
And they'll reactivate when you interact with them again.
That's a long way down, right? Make some mayhem, if you will.
Scrake on the radar.
Run along.
Yep, it is a
Multiple flesh
2
pounds
minute
on their
timer.
way.
But they are individually on different, like, ammunition counts, because this one is still active.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, son. Easy.
I will say too, they did make it a little bit harder to understand where the trader is, the next trader, because in the other game, Killing Floor 2, you knew where that next trader was going to be very well, and I think it's more on the compass, which means you really have to pay attention to the compass. I will check this round and see if it is, but that's another thing I haven't really been paying too much attention to.
Suit up, you lot. Frosty's found some armor. We'll be lucky we don't all come out of this with emphysema. Watch them scatter. Got the goods, suit up. Zip away, my friends.
Damn.
That's it for the pod, guys.
I feel like the Impaler is definitely the easiest one to take down. The Chimera and the other boss just have more going on. For some reason, he spawned damage.
Wakey, wakey.
Yeah, like the Impaler is already almost done. Just because I... Oh wait, there's no turret that way. This way! Come say hi to the other turret.
Exceptional job.
Go boy. With almost no effort, you can take that boss down. Squirrel. So that was just Mr. Foster. Oh, he's just called Foster in this one. But that's just him at low levels. He feels like he does not need perks or anything to shine. He's just inherently strong. His abilities look pretty good. You could change the grenades to just completely do impact damage and reduce the amount of damage it does to you. He does seem like he took over the role of Demolitionist. His gadget, like every character's gadget, is I don't know. Like his gadget is really strong, and you have all these other little attachments you could do on it. So just like the commando on Killing Floor 2, it's something that you can just use and forget, because it will do everything for you. So Foster, definitely very strong. Even from the very beginning, he does very high damage. He can just survive. He doesn't really seem to have a problem overall just staying alive. If you want to play solo, if you want someone balanced, Commando is very good. So we're going to use Firebug now, and I do not like Firebug so far. Like the few times that I have used them, I just it's like
VTOL's ready and waiting, team.
it just doesn't feel good. The damage doesn't feel there. Nothing for the character feels like it just works out. And I will say the ability for Firebug, when you use it, it is the one that crashes the game the most.
Travel safe, team.
But here we are, we're going to use it again. We're going to go in depth. So the
Power
ability...
system analysis shows that the laboratory's analyzer is offline due to the recent hurricane, no doubt.
The ability they have is called Wildfire, and it is just like the medic's ability to just deal damage to everything around you without the added benefit of the medic's field staying up.
Great aim.
It was so nice meeting you.
So it's like the damage that is on this, on the weapon itself. If you hit the headshot, it's gonna get a kill. If you miss, it's practically useless. The fire damage is, like, abysmal.
You're making good progress.
So yeah, if you're using this character, it's not like the other Firebug where you can just light up the ground and then enemies will die. You have to hit your targets, you have to aim. Because the fire damage is just not there anymore. It's just so weak. Keep in mind this is level 1. This is a level 1. Although, like I said, inherently compared to Foster, at level 1 and lower levels, it's just not as strong. Let's try out the secondary.
Does this count as ironic?
This feels like it has some damage behind it.
head much?
Like I said, the ability is strong. For some reason, that ability has the highest chance to crash the game compared to any other operator ability. From what I can tell. Because even when another person has used this character's ability near me, it just causes the game to crash sometimes. So Brimstone as a flamethrower type weapon, I would say, or like, I guess, pyro type weapon would be more accurate. It kind of just doesn't feel good. It feels like a marksman with a little bit of incendiary damage on the bullets. And it's like, if you miss, you'll still deal some damage, but you really want to hit your shots with it because it's not going to deal damage otherwise. It's an SMG. Hold up. Feels more like a marksman rifle to me, to be honest. Okay. So anyway, we are going to use the shotgun Dragon's Breath now. And we're going to try out the extended mag version, and then we'll try out the nanothermite version after. Because extended is basically how it's default, but with just a bigger mag. So the spread on this thing is massive.
Refill time. Get your gear.
Like, that is a horrendous spread. When you ADS, that spread goes down dramatically, though. And then, for like a little bit after, the bloom seems to stay slightly lower.
Oh, fired up!
Now that fire damage from the ability seems to actually cook them.
Get your pasty ass out of here!
And we switch modes to the other alternate mode, and this mode seems to have naturally less bloom.
That'll aggravate my tinnitus.
Is this a burst fire mode?
It'd be super embarrassing to vomit right now.
So the secondary mode on this thing seems to shoot 2 bullets at a time. That makes sense. It's like the KSG from the first game, or the second game.
Just wait while I reload! Just take a step back.
All clear.
Okay, so the alt mode on this changes the bloom and it changes the, I believe, the spread. Let me see. Shoot the wall. Whoa, what the heck? Let me get closer. Okay, it shows it better here. So it shoots more pellets, it looks like. Let me try it. The normal bloom. Yeah. Shoots a little bit more pellets. Consumes 2 ammo. I think because of that, I don't think I noticed that last time, but that is pretty good. We're gonna try the, let's see, nanothermite rounds, which takes the ballistic damage off of it and changes it to be pure heat damage. Looks like it does less damage in both primary and secondary. but the flame damage it's pure flame. So
That's
this
fine with
might
me.
overall be better for those people who just want to set things on fire. The
10
ammo
seconds,
looks different
team.
now too. If you notice, the other shells were bright red. You can tell these ones got sort of like
Done shopping? Well, you are
well,
now.
when you do that animation, it's still a red shell, you can tell. But when you pull it out right there, you can tell them they're like more of an orange looking shell.
Did it have to be this dark?
So it still doesn't seem to leave the flame effect on the ground like the old Dragon Breath. I'm gonna go to Alt Fire now. Alt Fire does not light the ground on fire yet either. I mean,
Oops! Look what I did.
You've cut through a quarter of them. Great work.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like the nano thermite version of it is the exact same thing, but with significantly less damage.
Let's fight fire with fire!
So if you're gonna use the Dragon's Breath, at least until they, I don't know, tweak the fire damage, do not use the nano thermite bullets. Unless there's like a buff for that round where fire damage is increased or something. Because it's the same thing, just less damage. It doesn't leave any vapor trails of fire or anything either, so what's the point? You can, like, on bigger targets you can tell there's a little bit of fire, like,
You
singe,
are a shame to the profession, sir!
but it doesn't set them on fire. They don't die from the fire either.
I am crushing it right now! Later. Call the burn ward.
The visual effects seem to be broken for the Molotov.
That's kind of the point of grenades?
Like, you can tell when you throw the Molotov that it does damage even after the fire effect is gone.
Just reloading!
Now it's setting them on fire.
Okay, I've heard enough.
For some reason, only the sirens are really getting set on fire by this thing. It makes sense the Scorchers don't, but also the Bloatstone and all the things that are lower than a Gorefest and the Gorefest itself seem to just get obliterated before anything else can happen to it.
Don't neglect your armor, specialist.
So, the incinerator is basically your, you know, it's your flamethrower. Although this one's got a shotgun attachment at the bottom. You can kind of see it there at the side. Right there. Oh. See, this is the weapon that you want to use if you want to light the ground on fire, have enemies walk into it and burn.
Keep in touch.
Good job, guys. 25% eliminated.
Deal with it. Do I know you? Anyone have any, activated charcoal?
Seeing us, great team.
Ciao.
The fire seems to do a good amount of damage to Scrakes, and they get stumbled, which allows me to get an execute on them. So that's nice. That's good to know. It also really interrupted them when they were about to do the grab attack on me. Yeah. If you want to get your execution objectives done, use fire.
Or I don't play with fire, I work with it.
Yeah. I think they need an ammo type specifically for the people that want to have like really sticky flames or just light the ground on fire or something like that. It does feel like the flamethrower is the best for that, which, I mean, kind of duh, but all the other weapons don't do that. The Dragon's Breath in the other game was really, really strong at doing that. So now we're going to use the Vulcan T8, which I've used before. Is kind of like an RPG. We're going to use the default one first. And to start prepping for the boss wave, I'm going to quickly start throwing out some medkits. I'm going to surely need them.
Thanks for making it so frictionless.
So we at least have all
Everyone
our
finished
ammo
shopping?
and
Well,
syringes
you
for
are
the
now.
final wave when we do encounter that. Well, this is the final wave. Boss wave is next round. This is the primary fire. You can just hold and charge a shot. It's It's really high explosive.
Laters.
Consumes more ammo when you charge it. It does a decent amount of damage.
Allow me to reload.
The alternate fire mode.
Fuck yeah. Peace. Bye. Stand back. This could get dangerous.
It basically, if you want, oh, this feels like the flamethrower, straight up, just stronger.
Yeah. Don't even come at me with that shit.
It's like if you want to deal flame damage, this is the one you'd want to use more than the flamethrower, because you could have RPG explosive projectiles
Get outta here!
that explode, and the splash damage you see just floats wherever it hits.
Yikes! What happened in here?
Oh my god. This thing just rips apart
Scrape
flesh
sighted.
pounds and scrapes.
Love you too.
Just 2 charged shots and he got ripped apart. Technically, the explosive barrel did do a little bit of damage because he was right there.
Yeah, come on. I'll take that in cash.
Yeah. It's worth getting this over the flamethrower by a lot. It's basically the flamethrower but better.
Douchebag. Let a professional handle this.
Way to clean up.
Yeah. I wonder if they've buffed it. Did they already do silent buffs and tweaks? Because from the very first day of the beta, it feels like it's already a bit more optimized. Just a tad. I don't know. It could just be me. But yeah, if you want to be this character, I would highly recommend the final weapon, which I can't recommend the final weapon for all characters. For Foster, for sure. For this character, also, yes, for sure. It is worth it to get the Vulcan. And like I said, you can tell in the trader store when you're buying weapons, they have different attachments and they will never be the same. Sometimes they will, but it's like random. You can build your own loadouts. You can have your own attachments and stuff. It'll make the price go up for them when you're actually buying them in the rounds with your total amount of dosh. But it's worth it because you get to choose exactly what you want to have on said item.
Zip line if you need it.
The pod is now closed.
Okay. Perfect and even test because we get another Impaler. Just like last round.
about to get hot.
Oh boy. That primary, that ability that the character has, just massive damage to the enemy.
Change up. Got him.
Has a very good ability to just keep the boss stumble long enough for you to just deal damage and run away.
Give me a 10-foot radius. I'm about to start a fire here.
Yeah.
Your training really paid off against that impaler.
Look, I've blown up everything from a soda can to a gas station, so that was no big deal.
Absolutely did not stand a chance. The Impaler, I feel like out of all the other bosses, is the absolute easiest. In multiplayer, there will be up to at least 3 Impalers, depending on how many players you're playing with. And that makes the fight substantially harder, because they have a little bit more health, and then there's 3 of them. Which means you have to, like, strategically break up your team to take care of them. Trying to have them all put together in one group, I would not say that's a good idea unless you have a lot of like flame damage or a lot of explosive damage to deal with all of them at the same time. Otherwise, you're going to want to like break up your team to deal with them. But by yourself, they are by far the weakest boss to go up against. Because with one of them, they're not an issue. So, I will say she probably has the weakest start in terms of weapons. Because, the Brimstone is just not good. It's just... It tries to be... It's an SMG, first off. It doesn't shoot like an SMG. It doesn't. It's like a marksman rifle. And it has fire damage built into it by default, but that fire damage is something you're just not going to notice. The Dragon's Breath, the secondary, really strong in alt fire mode. But again, don't use the flame rounds. It's an attachment that you can put on, like a magazine. Burn inflicts enemies with heat damage over time. Radiate a small burst of flame that applies burn and heat against melee attacks. That's pretty cool. Like I said, all these are kind of like... We have a lot of good abilities and stuff that will increase the effectiveness of like the Molotovs and the different stuff. But compared to Commando, aka Foster, the ability is definitely strong, but it's not long lasting. It is not long lasting like Foster's is. And overall, Foster's will deal more damage because of that. So, Firebug, pretty good. We're gonna use the Engineer now. I have. This is the only character I haven't used at all. Like, not even once. I've seen people use him though.
VTOL's ready. Hop in. Happy travels.
So, it is a bullpup single barrel pump shotgun. And some weird looking pistol? Like a handgun.
Our power system analysis shows that the laboratory's analyzer is offline, due to the recent hurricane, no doubt.
So the pistol is just automatic. I love the way this one looks. And I love that you can see that the magazine is transparent. You can see all the ammo inside of it. The engineer seems to have an ability that lets him... Oh, wait, no. He starts off with multi-tool. Okay, I was about to say. He starts off with multi-tool, which is good, because he will by default be able to turn on all the different, like, things around the map that you can interact with, like zip lines. This turret right here.
Pterodactyl, we've got cover.
Alright, let's try out the primary weapon.
Making strides, team. 25% down.
Get out of here.
Very
Half the
strong.
enemy's down.
It is very, very strong. And let's try out the second.
Leading the charge. Take a break. You've earned it.
That's pretty good, not gonna lie. Both, I'd say this guy has just a dramatically better start than most. Like, his primary is very strong shotgun. It is not automatic. It is semi,
Let's
but it
reload.
is very strong. This is also very strong. Good 1 to 2 tap when you get a headshot. On normal difficulty, 1 shot. By, I'd say the second difficulty, 2 to 3. This, very strong, automatic, 30 clip. Doesn't have the biggest ammo reserve, but looking pretty good. And like I said, starting off with a toolkit, a multi-tool,
Zipline is good to go.
is very strong. You need them to activate zip lines, traps, turrets. So already, I love that shotgun, that first one. Let's try the second one out, the Bone Breaker. It looks like it's just the same thing, but bigger magazine. No, less magazine, actually. More capacity, though. More overall ammo to have with it. And more fire rate, less damage. his guns
Be on the lookout. More
just
Zeds
look
are on their way.
very clean. Like, the fact that you could just see through a lot of the magazines that he has, so cool. And the weight behind the shots on his weapons are just so
That was
satisfying.
textbook perfect.
Very meaty. You feel the thump.
Status update. 25% of Zeds eliminated.
Oh, that's good. Oh my god, it's so strong.
Poor workmanship.
God damn. So, already, weapons? I would be satisfied with just this thing alone. This and the other one, and the secondary, like, that already has me satisfied in the category of weapons when it comes to characters, because they just feel so strong, so meaty. The cost is pretty effective. Like, they're not that expensive.
There's a reason I keep this on my person at all times.
And his ability, you could control yourself. It's very strong.
Highly unstable.
And it lasts for a long time. And the grenade, let's see.
Predictable outcome.
Nice.
Interesting. I don't like the grenade that much.
Well, you showed them.
Mutation. Range Zeds only. Huh. So, Bonebreaker, magnificent. 5 out of 5. And we're gonna try out the G33.
Money well spent.
What looks to be a grenade launcher of some sort. So, the grenade launcher has 2 ammo types. One that seems to have a small delay before exploding, and the other one just impact. Interesting.
Next wave approaching.
Oh yeah. The animations for it are very clean. Love the little spin on the barrel. Very strong. Holy crap.
That's how.
What a lucky break that being there. Need to be cautious about carbon monoxide. Riddled with vulnerabilities. खामोश रहें.
So it's that ability seems to have a timer and an ammo limit. So if either the ammo limit goes out on the ability or the timer, it will just stop. But it's very strong. I like that you can control it.
feel sick.
You've just passed the 50% mark.
So the secondary fire for this explodes when the ammo gets near them, regardless of whether it's in the air or on the ground.
Biley. Got me. Time to bring out the big gun.
I'd say if you want a weapon where you just don't gotta think much, grenade launcher is definitely a good one for you. Fire and forget. These shells seem to get eradicated by the siren, just like in Killing Floor 2.
Hush.
So you do have to take note of that. Ah! And it crashed! Ah! We love that. We send out the crash report from the beta to Killing Floor 3. I will say, the very first time I loaded this game, the compiling of the shaders took, I want to say, about 3 minutes for me to load in. And ever since that very first time, I've been able to load in less than 30 seconds. What did that take? Maybe about 15? From start to finish with the loading screen? My eyes. So yeah, Engineer is definitely another one of those characters that just doesn't need anything to feel strong. His start weapons are very, very strong. I like his secondary, which I didn't really like Delvin's secondary at all. I also didn't like their primary. Their ability is strong, and once you get to the shotgun, she's alright. And then the flamethrower is okay. Her final weapon's great. Foster is just good all around. All his weapons are great. So far though, Foster's ability is a lot stronger than Delvin's. Delvin's is like, if you want a quick burst of damage to clear a path, go with her. Foster stays on a lot longer than both of these and does more damage overall over time. The Engineer's is good, also helps you clear a path. You could control it, so you have more freedom with his, but I still think Foster's is stronger. We're gonna try out Luna now. We've only used Luna since the very first time I played the game. I used her once in the very beginning. She's the first character I tried.
VTOL's ready. Don't forget the sick bags on board in case anyone gets queasy. Quiet skies till we land. See you.
Our power system analysis shows that the laboratory's analyzer is offline, due to the recent hurricane, no doubt.
Ooh, I like that. It is a Magnum with a single shot slug at the bottom.
There you go. Clean headshot. Great aim.
I like this gun.
There goes the wall!
And her ability?
Huelen, preciosa, huelen. So messy. No es el calor, es la humedad.
Another very strong ability. I would say hers is on par with Foster's in terms of overall damage and the amount of targets it could take down.
Hell of a bullet. Oh!
Damn, do her weapons feel strong though. Her
Pads open if you need it.
sidearm, good animations, good fire rate.
Recarga.
The alternate mode, the underbarrel shotgun, doesn't feel that good. It feels like you have to like ADS to use it, otherwise it kind of sucks. But not bad. Again, one of my favorites when it comes to starting weapons and stuff. They do seem to be like, if you wanted to, you could use the whole game kind of weapons. We're gonna use the Artemis Marksman now, which is the second primary that you get, you know, access to.
Thanks.
The cryo grenades are very strong. She's got one of my favorite grenades, I will say. So it looks like the default fire mode is burst fire. You could swap to single fire if you want. The bloom goes down when you go to single fire. This thing is really strong. The bloom is naturally very small when you're using the single fire mode. Regardless of whether you're moving, which most weapons the bloom will increase. This one does not. It's like it has a gyroscope built into the weapon because damn does it just stay still. Look at that. Oh. Hit the siren so hard it disappeared.
Buenas. Very,
Very strong secondary. second primary, I guess.
Start running.
Hasta mañana.
Good accuracy. I have to reload.
When you're shooting fast, it definitely feels better to hip fire this thing than ADS. That was the Artemis Marksman. That one feels very strong. A bit less damage, but for the magazine size being more than doubled, the capacity being more than... Well, the capacity is being doubled. It's worth it. And we're gonna try to use the...
Quisiera uno de esos, por favor.
More sniper, not marksman. This is the actual sniper. The ESR-36. Baby, are you okay? Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna pause it real quick. They need water. So, this is the... Whoa. ESR-36. Oh my god. That thing is strong. Reload speed is pretty good too. It's got good range.
Maldición, hay humo aquí.
Some really damn good damage. as you can see,
Tonto.
good amount of penetration, so you can get some collaterals with this thing. Because of the rate of fire too, you're able to do some really good damage, it looks like. Holy crap, this feels good. Limited ammo reserves, but I don't think you're really gonna need them. Because damn, this thing does feel good. No alternate fire mode. But again, I don't think it needs it.
¡Ay, carajo! Gotta fly. Cierra los labios. Excelente.
Very strong. The Luna as an operator overall, the sharpshooter, holy crap. There's nothing really wrong with them. Their grenade is good, their starters are very strong, the secondary is very strong. The third is just on another level strong. Like, this thing is incredible. All of the, keep in mind, all of these are with no attachments too. So we're gonna go with the final one, the Samaritan. And let's see how this thing feels. Even less ammo reserve by the looks of it. No alternate fire mode. The reload animations look pretty clean.
Very accurate. Just have to reload.
It does frost damage and ballistic damage. Very high penetration. A better magazine capacity.
Specialist, I'm seeing a scrape just around the corner.
There's a big boy. Three shots and that Scrake was cooked. Completely gone.
Ciao.
We've got Scrake activity, team. That takes care of another Scrake.
Hola. Puta. Muy fuerte el ruido, ¿eh?
It feels very
Fernandito.
good. The frost effect is really cool. I don't know which one is my favorite though. Like, I don't know why the ESR just feels cleaner. Like, it just feels better to use than the Samaritan for some reason. It is very strong though.
I'll take it.
Got everything you need, team?
En el blanco.
Great, arriving.
Let's try this.
Oh god. That's pretty cool though. The fact that you can freeze
I
enemies,
never miss a target.
targets that can actually stand the bullets.
Scrake on the move.
Damn.
Somebody wanna help me field butcher this?
¡Qué pelota!
Ciao!
All
I
right.
will say
Give
another
yourself a
thing
break.
in this game that I like is it takes one cryo grenade to freeze big enemies, whereas the second game, it took 2 cryo grenades out of what you can hit cold was like 4. It took 2 to freeze bigger targets. But in this game, cryo grenades are definitely a lot stronger and they feel like very good.
¿Quién se ofrece para una terapia eléctrica? Time to turn up the voltage. Electrify and conquer. La trampa está preparada. Syringes if you need them. Aquí tenés. Syringes here. Thank you.
Door's open if you need anything.
Alright, Chimera is definitely harder than the Impaler.
Follow my thing. Missiles out. Déjame recargar.
Nice work, everybody.
Again, very easy time taking out the boss. Luna, I would say, is another very solid choice. Everything about her kit, even starting, is just really good. Her weapons, her ability, her grenades, great. Even bigger radius, staying frozen longer or even more damage. I would say with a cryo grenade, you're not really looking to deal damage. You either want to do even more of a radius to just freeze absolutely everything, or freeze them in place for longer. I really don't know between the two which one would be more worth it. Because it feels like if you want to freeze everything and just have time to move, reposition, Cold Snap is your thing. If you want to obliterate everything that's frozen, Chilling Effect. Especially if you got a team that you trust to be coordinated enough to be able to like take things down, or if you're just with your team. Nakata. We used Nakata last time, and from what I can tell, very strong. All the characters feel very different. They feel very good. They have different starting gear that's just unique to them. Being able to parry is the Berserker skill from Killing Floor 2. I haven't got a good opportunity to try that out though. So I'm going to go Nakata again. These have all been done on Army Depot on normal difficulty, just because
Hey,
it's...
do we all remember how to emergency egress in case of an accident?
It's the easiest to test out all the different characters and stuff that they can do.
Enjoy your flight.
gonna start off with armor level 2. A lot of people don't know that you can do that, is you can change what you want to start with.
Our power system analysis shows that the laboratory's analyzer is offline, due to the recent hurricane, no doubt.
Everything about this character as well is just clean. Like, he just throws these shurikens out.
Great
In
aim.
such a satisfying, like, surprisingly satisfying way.
ピエロ戻ってくる
The ammo is also retrievable. You don't gotta press a button, you just walk over it, pick it up.
待ってください俺が手を引き受けます行くつもりだ道を開けてくれへいはっああ卑劣なやつだ思い出に残るものをあげますどこに行くつもりか
Try out the tempered blade. And triple blades. More armor. Visually, I love the effects that changing the blades has on your weapons. Oh my god, and then it looks Damascus. Oh my god.
Another wave is on its way.
Very cool. Jesus. Now,
最後にもう一つすまない俺がやる何をすればいいのかは分かっている
feels like the triple blade stuns them a bit more.
You're close. Only 10 left.
俺が対応します。こっちに来て。へっ。
Very clean character design here.
Dominant.
役立たずの怠け者。
I do like that the parry effect isn't like it doesn't change your vision like in the second game. That's a good improvement.
俺は俺のやり方でなければならん。へい。はっ。はっ。へい。
Interesting. Oh, it has like an alternate mode that turns on like what looks like electrocution. Quick 2 slashes. Very cool. Oh. Parrying seems to be a little bit more finicky in this game than it did in the second one, I will say.
Glaive, scrape incoming.
I'm gonna say, compared to other, like, final tier weapons, this one does feel a bit underwhelming.
だってあげようか。はっ。邪魔してすまない。俺に頼んだぞ。
It's significantly weaker.
Final push, team.
The one
the last of 'em.
benefit of the final tier of it is just the fact that you could stun. It's pretty useful. I'd say it gives them a lot of survivability, and the more blocked incoming damage is also nice. So if you want to be an absolute like tank, then yes, these are what you would want to go with for that. And just the survivability of the alt fire mode is phenomenal, but as far as overall power goes, it's very underwhelming compared to other top tier weapons. The triple blades as well seem to be more stun oriented than anything else. I've never really needed these while playing solo, but it's like, I'd rather do it just to be safe.
That's it. Pod's closed.
It's definitely a lot stronger when you only use heavy attacks. I feel like that's the way you gotta use this weapon. But yeah, like I said, compared to other characters' final weapons, this one just feels a little bit more like not as strong.
Seeing us, great team.
Zip line.
The zipline cooldowns are shared between all of them. Quickly get another one real quick. Activate that.
Armor.
I would like access to this trap, so I'm gonna do it here. I think that's all I have time.
Pod is closed for business.
The Impaler. Oh, he just breaks it. Oh, this does a lot of damage to the Impaler, though.
working on that impaler. Well done, Nightfall.
あ、予想通りうまくいった。
That might have been the easiest win we've gotten against the Impaler so far. The slashing damage is insane against him. It's like definitely in the higher difficulties, you might not want to be near him, but it does so much damage. And that is pretty much all the characters. Without all their without all their skills that are unlocked throughout time, because those are like, I don't think we're gonna have enough time in the beta to get to all their skills because they're just gated behind XP, a lot of XP. But from what we can tell, all the characters are definitely pretty good on their own right. I do still feel like the weakest character so far is the Pyro, because a lot of their weapons are just redundant and not very, I don't know, good. They don't feel as good as the other characters' weapons do, I will say. And we already know my favorite is the medic. I do not like the design at all for him. He looks very generic, I will say. He is my least favorite design. But he is still my favorite character. His abilities are very good. His weapons also feel very satisfying to use. But oh my god, I do not like his design at all. But yeah, that is pretty much all of the characters. Like, I will say, like, it's just the nose thing. Like, what do you got going on? And if any character were to have, like, a mask, I feel like it would be the Doc, because they could give him a nice plague mask. That would be pretty cool. Or his outfit in general is just very, like, eh. Another character that does rub me the wrong way design-wise is the Engineer 2, though. Because it feels very, like, Call of Duty vibes, like, goofy. Everyone else, they look alright. You know? We have Foster, of course. But yeah, that's essentially all the characters. The only one I didn't break down was Medic, and that's just because I've used Medic so very freaking much. And I can tell you, he's just so strong. The survivability of having a Medic on the team is essential, for one. Just like in the second game, I feel like Medic is just gonna be the best to be for staying alive, because he has the ability to heal others. That's just kind of his thing. But as far as gameplay itself goes, right now, obviously, there's not much meat because it's the beta. I am hoping there is more than 6 characters. I really am hoping. I was hoping for at least 8 characters. That being said, they all do feel very different. Their abilities are very different. I hope there's more than 3 maps, which I'm pretty sure there is. But the absolute most important thing this game needs right now, by such a large margin, is just stability optimization. Please, for the love of God. I know it's the beta. And they're most likely going to take care of that. But crashing because some characters use abilities is not okay. And some maps run, and there's only 3, so some maps run a little like the city map runs very compared to the other ones. Also, just in general, gameplay itself seems a little slow. And then the, what do you call it? I know there's probably going to be more weapons. For the love of God, hope there's more weapons. And secondaries too, because there's none. I would like the ability to swap grenades between different classes, like in the second game, because if not, I feel like that's a huge downgrade. I do like the customization that you can do with your weapons. The fact that you can just kit them out how you want them with different attachments, that's amazing. That's very good. The attachments do make them feel very different. So it's like, even if you're the same character as somebody else, your loadout is not going to be anywhere near the same, like at all. Nowhere near the same. There's so many different abilities that specialists can use. There's passives, there's the throwable ones, and then there's the gadget ones. There're just so many different ones. The weapons, the fact that you can have them so diverse is huge, because it makes them genuinely feel different. They're not the same. Like I said though, the only thing, and it's the beta, so I'm sure they're going to improve it, is the game stability. And I can't stress that enough. It is a little choppy. I can't imagine what it must feel like to play on console. I haven't played it on console. But I imagine if you're having a little bit of a hard time playing the game on a PC with, I would say, average, or yeah, I would say average, like graphical settings and stuff like that, because the game itself is running not the greatest, and that is on very low, and between low and medium settings. Like, nothing fancy is on. No bloom, no lens flare, no reflections or super sampling. Nothing fancy is turned on. And I also have lowered the frame rate down because, to be honest, I'm not getting those frames. I cannot reach those frames. And these are all on a mix of low and medium settings. So like I said, if they could just, you know, add more stability to the game, optimize it. The characters feel great. The weapons, for the most part, feel great. Gameplay a little slow compared to the second one. Some of the characters look a little bit like Play-Doh-y, and that's probably just because it's the beta, and like I said, I have to lower the graphical settings because it's a little more than the game could seem to run. And all of these tests that I ran were all online, but they were specifically without matchmaking, because adding other players into the mix is a whole nother level of instability. You never know if your match online is going to go completely buttery smooth, no problems, no bugs, nothing at all, not a hitch, or if you're going to have one of those matches where you just feel like it's a little choppy, it's a little bit extra laggy. Because, like I said, stability and optimization is the only problem I have with this game right now. Everything about it seems good. And it's the beta. It's the beta. Cut them some slack. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix it. And they've already fixed a good handful of what has been done. Like, what has been the crash reports and things like that people have sent in, they've already said they've fixed some of that. From what I can tell, this is gonna be a very good game. I would say it's worth getting the $80 pre-order. I'm definitely going to be getting that. I haven't got it yet, but I will. If you're skeptical, I would say maybe wait a week after launch. Wait a week, see how they say it goes, see how it goes. Maybe just get the $40 version of it, the standard. But I know they're going to take care of it. They've taken care of Killing Floor 2 years and years after its launch. Like, that game, to this day, is still running and playable. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna end the stream here for YouTube's sake, so I can upload it there. And then I'm gonna continue to stream on Twitch, another one, so I can just, you know, put music on, chill, and do whatever I want. I can't do that with YouTube. And most of my audience is on Twitch anyway. But yeah, that was a comprehensive kind of like how it feels to be the different characters and how they are. I can't really go entirely into depth like I really want to, because like I said, a lot of it is dependent on XP, which you're just not going to be able to get in the beta unless you do it with a specific character or have an immense amount of time, which you just don't anyway, because the beta, you have a very limited amount of time. A lot of my time got wasted too because I had to do a lot of important stuff, but that's fine. I'm gonna end this here, and yeah.